All right, diners. It is now time to pressure cook and further sterilize the liver pate. And here's my jars of liver pate. As you can see, I have 6 of them that are going to get cooked up here and ready to stick on the shelf. And I've also got my marvelous new multi-cooker, which is great. It has all sorts of automatic settings. It times it and so forth. So it's basically no muss, no fuss. You don't really have to do a lot in this portion of preparing your liver pate or anything else that you're canning. You know, canning butter, canning cream cheese. These guys, in fact, have butter and cream cheese in them. So it's a sort of combination experiment on that aspect of it. And if you can see, I'm not sure you can see the menu here, but you have all sorts of different things. Steaming, and you can actually do your sterilization with this device as well, rather than boiling it on the stove. And make soups and slow cook and, you know, you name it, it'll do it in terms of cooking. Well, it doesn't bake. At least I don't think you can bake in it. But for this type of work, it will do great. And it has a pressure cook setting, and then when you're anywhere below about 1,000 feet of sea level, 10 pounds of pressure is enough, and you want 240 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. It's probably about 110 or something like that. In temperature, 240 F to prevent botulism, and then the recommended time on a canning jar of this size is around 75 minutes. So that's an hour and 15, and that's what I've got programmed in, an hour and 15 minutes. So these cans will go in. I think I can fit in this size pot. I think I can fit maybe 4 at a time. I might be able to do all 6 if I can stack them up. I'm not sure I can do that. And actually, I'm pretty sure I can't. So I'll do 3, and then I'll do another 3. And then, so it's going to take, you know, 3 hours of time here before all these cans of chicken liver pate are prepped and ready to go on the shelf. At that point, I will date them and then eat them in intervals over the time period. You know, as I said, 6 months, a year and a half. I mean, I could go for 3 years here, right? But I doubt I'll do that. I doubt I'll live that long anyway. Especially not if I die of botulism. And don't worry, folks. I still have more fresh liver pate that we're going to have as an appetizer for our diner 7th anniversary celebration dinner, which is coming up here in the next few days. And that dinner is a surf and turf special with ribeye steak and Alaskan king crab as the main dishes. And then perhaps other diners will bring other dishes. I don't know. But certainly for me, the liver pate and the steak and the king crab is quite enough meal for one night. And in fact, there's going to be leftovers. So I've got to get on to canning now, or get on to pressure cooking it, which I'm going to do off camera. And then they'll come out and they'll go on the shelf. So I hope you enjoyed this episode on how to can your products, or your, and this same procedure works with, just about anything you're going to can, whether it's jam or a butter or whatever, cream cheese. It's all a matter of sterilization and of heating it up properly, and then your cans have to stay sealed. If they let in any oxygen and so forth, and bacteria can get in there, scoot their way into the can, then it's going to fuck your can up and fuck your food up. So, the sealing is very important, and there's ways to ensure that doesn't happen. You can take your can and dip it in wax, and the wax will, completely seal the can top, and prevent infiltration of bacteria and air and whatever. So you can do additional procedures if you're going to keep the can for a long time. I don't expect to keep these cans for that long, so not that important. And also in terms of stored food, when I talk about this on the diner, if you really don't need more than 2 years worth of stored food. If you can't start producing your own food, however you do it, whether you're growing it in gardens or hydroponically aquaculture, or whether you're hunting it down, foraging for wild foods, whatever you're doing to acquire food, if you haven't started acquiring food in 2 years, then you're a dead man. You're just not, you're not going to live too long. And some people, will, with dried foods and freeze-dried stuff. I mean, you can put up foods for 20 years with that stuff. But, again, you're just marking time until you're dead. So I put a limit on myself at 2 years of stuff. I have 2 years worth of prep foods in general. And most of it is not canned stuff like this. It's commercially canned, or it's freeze-dried and so forth. But I don't think that any more than a couple of years worth of stored foods is necessary. All right. It's time for me to get to work here and get these guys ready to go on the shelf. So, goodbye from the cooking zone here on the Doomstead Diner. And that's all the doom. This time until next time. Later.